What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Nate's Boutique. I'm your host, Nate, and in this one, I am going to be reviewing a movie that was actually recommended by Harrison over at Really Old Movies. So if you don't already, make sure you follow him, Really Old Movies. That's Really Reely. He suggested a movie in my first Nate's Boutique in the comments, and he said one of the movies that he loves or that I should watch was a movie called Double Indemnity. So this is Double Indemnity, 1944, spy number 1126. Movie stars Fred McMurray, Barbara Stanwyck, and of course, Edward G. Robinson, who's great in this movie, by the way, directed by Billy Wilder. If you don't know Billy Wilder, if you're not a fan of classic cinema, maybe, but if you are, I mean, this guy's prolific. He's done so many movies: Sunset Boulevard, The Apartment, Some Like It Hot, a bunch of other stuff. So this was a first time watch, obviously, Nate's Boutique. I always try to make sure I pick movies I've never seen before. And I gotta say, Harrison, you made a great pick because this movie is fantastic. If you are a fan of kind of like noir, murder, mystery type movies, this one and classic, if you like classic old, 40s, 50s movies, I think you would get a lot out of this. The story revolves around this character, and he basically meets this woman. He's an insurance salesman. Okay. So he goes around door to door. This is very old stuff that doesn't happen anymore, but he sells insurance. Okay. And basically he meets this woman. He kind of likes her, even though she's married. So that's a little bit, a little naughty. And she pretty much tells him she wants to open accident policy on her husband. He puts two and two together that she wants to kill him. And essentially they start to form a relationship and plan this murder. Now, the funny thing about this movie is right at the beginning, okay, you know what happened and who it happened to and who did it. And, pretty much the first 45 or 50 minutes, you're kind of getting, it's basically, he's telling the story he's confessing pretty much to what happened to his coworker. He's the one that's played by Edward G. Robinson. He's an insurance claim manager, so he looks into the claims and things like that. And he's confessing to him on this audio recording. And basically, he's doing the voiceover, and then you're getting the whole they're showing you what he's talking about, basically. So he's telling you what he did, when he did it, who happened to, all this kind of stuff, and then you get to see it in a flashback, right? So I'm thinking, okay, well, there's not going to be a ton of surprises if I already know who died and things like that. But boy, I couldn't be more wrong, because this movie, it is full of twists and turns. After that once the person dies who he's talking about, after that is where all the good stuff happens. You start getting the daughter and the woman and then the insurance adjuster people, and they're all trying to figure out what happened, and they're putting two and two together, and he's trying to stay one step ahead. And it is honestly really there's a lot of twists, a lot of turns. The acting is fantastic. Barbara Stanwyck is she's great. I don't think I've ever seen her in anything else. This is my first experience with her. I thought she was great. I loved Edward G. Robinson's character. He's kind of this little short guy he's the one who's trying to figure out what happened so that the insurance company doesn't have to pay out this policy, basically. And he's fantastic. But really everyone is great. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to spoil too much. It may seem like I gave you a lot, but I promise you I didn't. The murder is sort of the main point of the movie, but it's everything around it that you get a lot of the twists and turns and stuff like that. So if you are a fan of, the sort of old Hollywood movies, if you like noir, if you like murder mysteries, I think you'll love it. Even if you don't, I'm going to say this movie, highly recommended. Highly recommended. I think it's worth adding to your Criterion Collection if you're a Criterion collector and you don't already have it. I got the 4K. The 4K looked great. Does it need it? I can't say for sure, but it does look fantastic for a movie from the 40s. It is in black and white, so, that's one thing to consider. But highly recommended. Definitely watch this movie. Shout out again to Harrison, Really Old Movies. Great pick. If any of you guys watching have a Criterion or a Kino Lorber title or a Scream Factory or Shout Factory, I'm going to be covering all those. And there's a title you would like me to watch and give my 2 cents on, please drop it in the comments below. If you've seen this movie, let me know what you think about it. I thought it was great. Again, recommended. You should definitely add it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you please drop a like down below as well as your comment and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon so that way you can get notified every time a new episode drops. And I will be back next week with another edition of Nate's Boutique. Thanks for watching.